Jimmy and Scott digging through the past. Crazy tales they uncover fast. History stranger than you think. They'll also talk about wieners in a blink. They'll talk about wieners in a blink. Oddball history.
Boom, boom, boom.
How.
Welcome to this week's episode of Oddball History. I'm with my co-host, Scotimus Maximus.
Yeah, that's right. That's my new name. I changed it legally.
Legally
down
speaking.
at the DMV this week.
Oh, great Scott.
I was, that's right.
We're going to do more Back to the Future references.
That's right. We are. I was gone off those Chip and Joanna Gaines mushroom gummies. Went and changed my name. It's a tale as old as time.
It happens with the best of us. I would fully believe that Chip and Joanne have a line of mushroom gummies.
I had that idea this week. I thought it would be funny if they got in the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Cheech and Chong has a
Do
gummy.
they have those in like with the Delta 8 stuff, like that you can just purchase now?
Yeah, they have mushroom gummies that you can buy at the store.
Wow.
They do. All kinds of brands.
What a time to be alive.
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
They're not like the real deal.
Yeah.
Like the psilocybin, but they're, they get close, some of them.
Yeah. I've
done
always
some research.
I've always allegedly thought about, because you can't test for psychedelic things.
Yeah.
I'm experimenting a little bit with that, but
It's fun. When you have a night,
good times. But today we are doing John R. Brinkley,
That's right.
one of the best guys ever.
Yeah, really fun to read about.
Quack doctor. He did a goat ball surgery. He'd implant goat testicles into you to cure a series of maladies.
Mostly impotence.
Mostly.
It was mostly a sex cure thing.
Yeah, the sales pitch for John Brinkley's goat ball surgery was that it cured a panacea of things, including impotence, balding. It was just like, are you a fat, bald, little dick loser?
Yeah.
Like, get in here.
It was the eugenics of its day. Everything eugenics says it addresses. This is what having the random loose goat ball sewed up into you would do in the 1920s, according to John R. Brinkley.
Yep.
He's a real character. And then he ran for governor twice. He was a radio pioneer.
Yeah, became a millionaire and pioneered country music and radio broadcasting as we know it. So
That's right.
He's a fun character.
Willie Nelson listened to his radio station as a kid. Has memories of listening to his radio station in Abbott, Texas.
Part of history, baby.
That's right.
But before that, as always, the top comments.
Top comments of the week. Blah, 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 blah. Tonight. That's my Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
I've been watching some old
just the one word.
pay-per-views on where he does and he keeps up that voice through the whole. So he's like Sergeant Slaughter and Hulk Hogan. And I don't know how he does it. I would go, at a point.
You're not half the man, Vince Vaughn. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, part of it was the steroids again.
Yeah.
Part of, we're thinking that fueled a lot of what was happening in the WWE in the 1980s.
Late 90s, early 80s, it was not a good time for anybody.
I watched a Survivor series last night that was from when the Gulf War, the first Persian Gulf War was taking place, and Hulk Hogan, his promo was he was with Tugboat, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yep.
And one other guy, I forget who, some bum. But anyway, he was like, his promo was that after they defeat the other team in Survivor Series, that if they need them to go over and fight Saddam Hussein, that they'll do that. And then they all flexed.
Yeah.
It was a very late 80s kind of thing.
Hell yeah.
I guess actually it was early 90s.
Yeah, I thought that was early 90s. But
Yeah.
Man, they should have gone
What a
over
time.
there. That would have been good.
That would have been fun.
John Cena throwing grenades.
That would have been fun. I like to think Saddam Hussein saw it. He was
like,
watching Survivor
shit.
Series, and he was like, "What? How did I get into this? I thought your beef was with Sergeant Slaughter, not."
Yeah. There's a Sergeant Slaughter pun in there.
He's inexplicably a big Hulk Hogan fan, Saddam Hussein. He's in his yellow tank top and bandana watching the pay-per-view, and he's like, "Oh,
He's in one of his palaces.
man." Yeah.
All of his body doubles are dressed as the different characters. He's got a whole, they're like the real live action LARPing thing going on.
Yeah.
I want to do Saddam the wrestling fan now.
Yeah. And he loves Hulk Hogan. He loves like all the super American faces. Inexplicably. He's like, I know you'd think I'd be a Sergeant Slaughter guy, but he just doesn't do it for me.
We're trying to distance ourselves from all the Nazi stuff that happened on our Instagram. So now we're going into our Saddam Hussein era.
That's right.
We're going to do a lot of Saddam humor. But hey, that first top comment.
Welcome to the top comments with Oddball History. Today we are diving into one such tale from the 1920s. A popular joke from that era went, "What is the fastest thing on 4 legs? A goat passing Dr. Brinkley's hospital." This punchline pokes fun at John Brinkley, a notorious figure known as the goat gland doctor. Brinkley claimed he could cure male impotence by transplanting goat glands into patients, a treatment that was never scientifically proven. Despite the lack of medical evidence, Brinkley's goat gland operations became wildly popular. His hospital was so infamous that even goats, according to the joke, would run past it to avoid being used in his experiments. The humor highlights the public's skepticism and fascination with his outlandish methods. Stories like Brinkley's often spark hilarious top comments online, blending disbelief with wit. Now for those top comments, chaos reigns.
Top comment!
This one's a multiple on the Porphyrios clip.
All right.
Porphyrios, the ancient sea monster that terrorized the waters off Constantinople.
We miss you, Porphyrios.
This lady, Jen Clay, goes, in quotations, "I love you too," said by Porphyrios, and then a heart.
Which I appreciated.
Yeah.
I thought she was saying Porphyrio somewhere was saying that he loves us too.
Yeah.
That's the wrong too, but that's all right.
That's okay. We forgive you. I just thought that was the most random thing I've ever heard.
It's pretty random.
For someone to see that clip and go like, I think Porphyrios needs to say something right now.
Yeah. I think it'll make these guys' day.
Yeah.
If me as Porphyrios.
And then
gave him some love, you know?
This guy goes, I'm guessing it was a Titleist that was stuck in the blowhole. Now he's referring to the golf club, correct?
The golf ball. I think it's like the Seinfeld. Do you remember the Seinfeld marine biologist where Jerry lies for George and tells someone that he's a marine biologist, and he's like, no, like I have to be in charge of the lie because I can then. This is crazy. I'm out of my depth here. But then he goes along with it. He convinces this lady he's a marine biologist. Yeah. And then they're walking down the beach and there's a whale with a golf ball in its blowhole. And George actually gets it out and he saves the whale. And then everyone's cheering for him, and he confesses to the girl that he's not actually a marine biologist, and like the euphoria of the moment, and she leaves him.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. That's in a note I wrote. This has to be from something, and Google isn't helping me.
How has Google gotten worse? I think Google's gotten worse.
I think it has. And then someone else went, "It's a beautiful day, and you are a horrible whale."
Wait, which clip was that on?
This is all Porphyrios.
Oh my God! Wow. Well, that someone from Constantinople, someone currently living in ancient Constantinople, commenting.
A Byzantine seafarer, is commenting on our clip.
We did not realize the Byzantines were going to get their hands on this. We just didn't think that far ahead.
That was Clayton Rich. It's a beautiful day and you are a horrible whale. And then this one was on the episode in general. And Velvet Spectre, Lindsay.
Shout out.
Thanks for all the Stone Cold right off the top, Scott. I forgot to mention how much my friend really enjoyed that impression at the show the other night. They're a real big wrestling fan, and it's come up several times since. Would be very keen to hear some of Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Oh, hell yeah.
Give him the fist.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't come prepared. No. I need to pull up some text of Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, real fast.
Okay.
In the meantime, talk amongst yourselves. Who should make the MLB home run derby this year? Who are we thinking? Judge? Will he do it? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's all like, oh, I don't want to mess up my swing. Mash dongs at the home run derby. What's wrong with you?
That's why
the steroid guys never had this complaint.
No. The the amount of bitching from people getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars is just, it's a fan-driven, it's entertainment. This is only, like, the All-Star games are entertaining if you actually play them. Slam dunk contest fucking rules. Home run derby's awesome.
Yeah, and the slam dunk contest has been like, I mean, Mac McClung's awesome, but he's kind of like been carrying it the past few years because
but he really
just
found
don't
himself
do it.
in like a conundrum where they like have to keep him in the G League because he's not that good. Like he's obviously great.
I don't know. I mean, it's almost cool to be like, I'm such a badass dunker. Like the NBA has to kind of like keep me on retainer, even though I'm not good enough.
I'm not good enough
to do.
I think they will stash me on a team to do the dunk contest.
Yeah, I think a lot of it too is, isn't he really small? Isn't he a little
he's like
guy?
6 foot.
Anyway,
that's how you do fucking podcasting, baby.
Oh hell yeah! Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. We're moving today. I'm so scared, God. I've never lived anywhere but here. Suppose I hate my new school. Suppose everybody there hates me.
Allie's very nervous. The dog is under the table.
Please help me, God. You piece of trash. No, he wouldn't put up with that. He wouldn't ad lib like that. I'm doing my. I was just gonna do it in my regular voice. Hell, son, don't let New Jersey be too horrible. Thank you. And that is Stone Cold Steve Austin reading Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Wow.
A classic.
Beautiful.
There are funnier parts to read. There are parts where she's talking, where she's praying and wishing for boobs. I think that was the part that I would usually do on stage.
Leave them wanting
more. But any of it's good.
I'm imagining more.
Kind of inspired by, I think I got the picture in my head from Mo reading Little Women. Do you remember that?
Yes.
He reads Little Women.
Yeah.
He like volunteers on, I think it's Tuesday nights.
Yeah. So there's Scott reading Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, and Stone Cold.
That's right.
The next one was again on the John C. Woods clip. People are still commenting on it. This is Nazi related.
People are fired up.
It made me giggle. Bros need to watch Europa: The Last Battle, which is a Hitler revisionist history.
Yeah, I'm not watching it. I'm not going to check it out.
And so this guy comments on it and goes, first off, the guy that made the initial comment is Deputy Dave.
All right.
So Deputy Dave said, we need to watch the Nazi film. And then this guy goes, you need to touch grass and get some pussy. Got him. His handle, Wienermobile.
Hell yeah.
So we got
Wienermobile from the top row.
Wienermobile being our anti-fascist hero.
Fuck yeah.
But then Deputy Dave comes back and does say, every day, bud. Implying that he touches grass and gets pussy every day.
I don't know if I'm buying that.
And then the bud. Bud is very dismissive.
Yeah.
I saw a funny stand-up reel of a New York guy. I forget his name. Where he was saying being married is great because it's taking the power away from pretty women. He was like, you see a pretty woman in the street and you drop a hey chief on her. That rocks her day.
Yeah.
I think there's something funny to that.
Pretty woman walking down the street.
Pretty woman.
And you drop a hey chief on her.
This
was a remix. That was a collab between that comic and who sang that song? Roy Orbison? Pretty Woman. Did Roy Orbison sing Pretty Woman? Let's find out. Hey, did Roy Orbison sing Pretty Woman? Let's see. Oh, hell yeah. I nailed it.
Nailed it.
Thanks for sticking by on the podcast while I Googled if Roy Orbison sang Pretty Woman.
We're getting our patter down now where you can Google things while effectively talking about other things.
That's right.
You know, we're nailing
pros.
It.
We're fucking pros now.
This is episode 78, goddammit.
Also, for future trivia sake, did you know that song's called Oh Pretty Woman? Not just Pretty Woman? Yeah. That could be the make or break in a Final Jeopardy someday.
That is very true.
Or name that tune. There's lots of game shows where that could come in handy.
This next one, remember Jamie Foxx had that Shazam, like, can you beat Shazam?
Yes.
That show ruled.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I loved that show. That's a good point. Where is that show?
The original Shamu clip
Shamu, sad story.
about Shamu being the first purposely caught whale, and they killed her mom.
Dragged her away. Literally dragged her away.
And so Neon Fireball, I just loved this guy's attitude.
Yeah.
Is that he goes, we need to make a Bambi live-action remake to be the first Shamu. And then he commented on his own comment and goes, and slow-mo the mother's death, skeleton face, skeleton face. Now, I investigated, his name is Neon Fireball, Jeff, as he likes to go by sometimes.
All right.
And his profile just says, my name, Jeff. And then it has a YouTube link. And I
think Jeff is usually short for Neon Fireball, actually.
Yes. Colloquially speaking.
Yeah.
I clicked his link and fucking Rickroll.
Really?
I got Rickrolled in the wild.
Damn.
By this son of a bitch.
In this late decade.
This 15 years after it started.
That's crazy.
People are still out here getting Rickrolled.
I haven't got that in a bit. There was a Jeopardy question about getting Rickrolled. That's how old Rickrolling is.
Oh, yeah. That's, Rickrolled. Now we do the, even the big black dick's out of fashion, I feel like. Remember how popular he was?
The Shake That Bear.
Somebody was talking about it.
Did you send people to Shake That Bear?
Someone was talking about it on a big podcast of like, it was always the San Francisco Chronicle. There was the fake articles of...
Yeah.
Like, I remember during COVID, too, there was one. It was just like, Joe Biden's gonna fucking force all kids to get vaccines. And then you click it, and it's like two old guys blowing each other. That's good, clean fun.
That's hilarious.
It's good, clean fun.
Yeah, that's funny.
But,
that's a good time.
Yeah.
That's fun on the internet.
Fun on the internet. So that concludes our top comments of the week.
Top comments of the week. Of the week.
So, yeah, we're getting into John Brinkley.
John R. Brinkley, possibly the greatest medical con man of all time.
Of all time. He did good work.
And he was at it like from the beginning. Born 1885 in the mountains of North Carolina. Spent a bunch of time as a kid in like telegraph stations, Western Union stations, learning how to telegraph. So that's his first exit out of his home in North Carolina. He's like a telegraph.
She gets kicked out of the house at 16, so he was not a highly educated man.
Yeah, he was not. He attended like a one-room schoolhouse for a while, for like 3 years, and that school went to school like 3 months out of the year. I think it was during the winter months. It was kind of, the idea was everyone was working, so you could only have school during the winter months. But he's off in New Jersey and New York being a telegraph operator. He hears his aunt is sick. He goes back home. She dies, but he meets this lady, Sally Wyke, and they get married. She's a year older than him. And then not long after that, they start posing as Quaker doctors and doing traveling medicine shows together.
Hell yeah. And he got his, it was the Eclectic Medical University of Kansas City.
That's right. Eventually he gets his...
Which it is an unaccredited diploma mill.
Yeah.
Because if you gave a guy $200, he'd give you a medical diploma.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's like he struggles with whether he wants to get accreditation or not, kind of through his career. He first went to Bennett Medical College in Chicago for 3 years, but then he quits after 3 years, and then he just kind of becomes a drifter for a while. And then he got some kind of certificate from the Eclectic Medical University of Kansas City, but it wasn't like I don't think it was his full degree because he still didn't have his transcripts.
Yeah, he couldn't get his transcripts from the other school.
So then he started kind of working as like a semi-legal doctor for a while and he was doing well enough that he could finally pay for his transcripts. And then I think it was in like 1914, he finally got his graduated.
Yeah, after he'd been practicing for 10 years.
Yes.
But,
and eclectic medicine, it was funny to read about. It was like it had some good things about it, but it was not recognized by most states. It was
Yeah.
like, but they knew that like bleeding wasn't good, and they knew that you shouldn't be giving people a bunch of mercury.
Yeah.
They were onto both of those things.
Nice.
But there was also a bunch of like insane like
Yeah.
witch doctor shit that
This is when medicine was fun. When they didn't quite,
Yes.
they had some inklings of what's going on. They didn't quite understand some things,
yeah, it's a big
and they're
part
like,
of
"Hey,
this story.
bloodletting's bad.
Yeah.
Also, boil this newt."
Yeah, yes, yeah. It's just Wild West.
There was a time when both those things coexisted, and it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. But he goes. But even before he graduates from college, he meets this guy in Knoxville, Tennessee. He works as a understudy to this quack in Knoxville named Dr. Burke. They have a museum dedicated to like diseases of the hog, of the penis.
Yeah.
Specifically syphilis.
Okay.
And it's like a free museum. And what would happen, Dr. Burke was the main guy, and then Brinkley was the floor man. And Brinkley would kind of follow a person along as he went in, and there were displays of increasingly terribly afflicted penises, like models of penises. And then the last display, it was like darkened, and then as the person walked up, it was lit, and it was like a face of like an impotent man, but like cartoonishly sad and like terrible looking with like yellowed eyes, and looks like he's about to die. And they're
hitting him with the sales pitch.
Yep, they're like the cost of the syphilitic life or something like that. And then Brinkley shows up at the guy. He's like, "Oh, hey, by the way, we sell anti-wiener disease elixirs here at this museum."
So he got into the flim flam game immediately.
Yep.
Snake oil salesman, traveling grifter, doing his penis elixirs. And then what he's really known for, and what he made most of his money doing, was the goat gland surgery, which is called a xenotransplantation.
That's right.
Which he gained national attention after claiming to cure male impotence by surgically grafting goat testicles into the scrotum of a human man.
Yeah. At this point, he's in Milford, Kansas.
Yeah.
So farming country. And he starts out as a general practitioner in 1917. Him and his second wife, Minnie, arrive. And he starts out as a general practitioner. One day, an impotent farmer comes in named Stitsworth. I forget his first name. But something... Stitsworth, Bill Stitsworth. He says he's impotent. He says, "There's something wrong with me. I'm all in. No pep. I'm a flat tire." He says he's tried everything. And then, as the story goes, he's looking out the window to the pasture where some goats are. And he says to John Brinkley, he says, the exact quote is, "Too bad I don't have billy goat nuts." And then
John Brinkley goes, "Wait a second."
What follows is their joking becomes less of a joke and more of like a negotiation.
Yeah.
Later on, the family says, "Oh, John Brinkley paid our dad to handsomely to say that and to back up his story and everything." But in any case, the guy returns like a day later, and sure the fuck enough,
I'm cured.
Yep, pops some goat nuts in him and sends him on his way. He says that 2 weeks after that guy left, he's like, "Oof, I don't know if that's gonna turn out good." But
He never talked about this. There was no diary or anything. But I want to know the internal monologue.
Yeah, it's
of
funny.
him. He did surgery on thousands and thousands of people, putting goat testicles into them.
Yeah.
And every time he just like, "Oh, I don't fucking know, dude."
Yeah.
And then he started getting malpractice and wrongful death things a lot in his career.
Yeah, he was a drunk for one thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so after 2 weeks, that guy shows back up and says, "My wife is pregnant. I went home and got her pregnant immediately. This is going to be a huge deal."
And they named him Billy.
They named him Billy.
Billy Goat?
You know?
Fuck yeah.
Because that kid probably killed himself as an adult. But that's all right. You know, the point is they got a baby, not that... All right.
And they literally chose goats just because they were seen as vigorous animals that were viral.
It's one of the reasons it was huge, because all these people, again, these are rural people. if they know anything in life, they know that goats be fucking. They fuck
Yes.
like crazy. Brinkley had worked for a time in Kansas City as the physician of a meat packing plant. And there he had like watched the goats, and the goats would just be fucking each other right up to the slaughter. And he was always amazed by that.
Yeah.
These goats, holy shit. And he learned from a farmer in his time there that goats get sick less than other livestock. So that was his basis for saying that goats are the healthiest animal.
Yeah, they got the best balls.
He said that they got the best. Oh, their balls are like, ooh. You ever see those balls?
Oh, baby.
It's funny, too. They had a specific type of goat that they would use. I saw a doc where Minnie, his widow, John Brinkley's widow, was interviewed. And
Yeah.
she was like, oh, no, you'd never use an Angora. And because apparently they'd smell, you see?
Yeah.
But anyway, so goats. So he starts sewing goat balls into everyone. Like it's hard to explain how huge of a deal this is.
He made millions of dollars at a time when that was a crazy amount of money to make.
Yeah.
And his pitch famously was, "A man is only as good as his glands."
That's right.
Get you some better glands.
Yeah, so they go after the first little run of this. Someone has lined up patients for them in China. They travel across the world, literally across China and Europe, sewing goat balls into people. They're putting baby
And just the
Billy.
entire time being like, "We got to get to the next town."
Yeah.
Before shit goes sideways.
That's right.
Because they said it wasn't like a whole goat testicle. It was slivers of goat testicle that they'd implant in the scrotum. And there's placebo effects happening. But it was like, typically it either became infected or your body just absorbed it and got rid of it.
Yeah. And
nothing was ever grafting in or like actually transmitting any type of anything.
Yeah. They would, he didn't have a set way to do it. Like sometimes he would put it in loosey.
Maybe medicine's like jazz.
It's like jazz, baby. It's like jazz.
Sometimes it's about the note you don't play.
Sometimes you got to put a loose goat ball in a man.
What impressions do you want to see Scott do next episode? We keep finding new ones. Yeah. We can do. I want to do Stone Cold and the Jazz Man arguing about something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll do it. But so he's going crazy. He puts goat balls in the editor of the LA Times.
Hell yeah.
Harry Chandler. And while there, he gives. He's like. Putting balls in the stars in LA. I read he actually wanted to move to LA, but he couldn't get licensing in California, thanks in part to this Journal of the American
in general.
Medical. Yeah, thanks to standards and laws in place, but also because of the work of Morris Fishbein, his nemesis from the journal. He's the editor of the Journal of the American Medical Association.
Yeah.
And his whole thing is he exposes quacks. That like becomes his whole deal.
Which part of the reason John Brinkley was so successful is he was like the first Alex Jones. Like he was really such like a crazy character, and he was a broadcaster. So he owned, in 1923, he founded the KFKB, Kansas First, Kansas Best.
The Sunshine Station in the heart of the nation. That's all they call it.
One of the most powerful radio stations, like literally most powerful. I think it was capped at 50,000 kilowatts.
Yeah.
Is what they're allowed to be sending radio waves at. But it was, and so he would pretty much just self-promote himself the entire time to the rural people and farmers.
Yeah.
And so he got the word out very effectively about his miracle cure-all.
Yeah, he had a like catalog that he'd be like, and he would take stacks of letters that people would write in, and he would just read them one by one on the air, and people would tell him what was wrong with them, and he would be like, "You need number 103, the mercury or whatever, the thing in the catalog," and then so he was making ungodly money from that too, and just I mean he was like a marketing genius. No one was really onto the radio as early as he was, and he used it to full advantage. At one point, Fishbein, that guy from the Journal American Medical Association, he, funny enough, went to med school in Chicago at the same time that Brinkley was at Bennett, but his med school was like real, you know?
Yeah, one of those.
It was
med schools.
It was like Rush Medical College, I think it was called. But anyway, he hears about the goat balls thing and starts blasting Brinkley on the radio. He has another radio station owned by a different newspaper in Kansas, and he would broadcast from Kansas City and just fucking ether Brinkley, just calling him a quack and a piece of shit. It eventually leads to KFKB losing its licensing.
Which around that same time is, and the AMA revokes his medical license in 1930, and the Federal Radio Commission revokes his radio license for citing misuse of the airwaves for personal gain. And so in response, we're running for governor.
That's right.
The government's fucking me over. I'm about to become the government.
That's right.
And they say he actually got really close one of the times. He ran twice for governor.
He said, "Let's pasture the goats on the State House lawn." That was his quote, I think. Wait. Yeah, all right, I got it right. Cool. 1930. It's again, he has a radio station that airs all the time because they're still locked up in appeal. So it's not off the radio yet, even though they lost their licensing. And he gets on there. He has a huge traveling show, but he's a write-in. He very likely would have won that first time that he ran as a write-in candidate, but they only counted votes that said the way his name was written, the way he registered, which was J.R. Brinkley, J.R. Brinkley. So
all
all these
John Brinkley.
If you wrote John Brinkley, Doc Brinkley, some people just wrote the doctor. And they didn't count any of those. There were also reports of them like losing votes for Brinkley, but in any case, he lost.
But he did run on like a populist rhetoric and extreme promises. Like he was like, "There's going to be free."
That was his whole deal.
Free goat gland clinics for everyone.
That's right. And he,
for a small fee to me, I will cure all of your ailments.
That's right. He had a campaign song I really loved. I heard it on the documentary, and it goes, "He's the man. He's the man. Who's the man? He's the man. He goes by Dr. Brinkley." That's his.
He goes by Dr. Brinkley.
How would you not vote for that guy? Like
you have to vote for him.
That is an earworm if I ever heard one. It was very, very fun to hear. They kept playing it in the documentary. You would just hear, "Here's the man. Here's the man. Who's the man? Here's the man."
They call him Dr.
Brinkley.
Did you see that thing that I posted on the Instagram stories? The old-timey banana song.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. I saw that. I thought about posting that, too. That is...
I like bananas because they got no bones.
It's a good reason to like bananas.
Reason to like bananas.
It is a good reason to like bananas.
But speaking of music of the 1930s, John Brinkley, after losing his radio station, losing his gubernatorial races, he doesn't give up hope. And he becomes a pioneer in country music radio.
That's right.
He goes to Mexico.
He goes to Mexico. He goes to Villa Cuna / Del Rio.
Yeah.
His what's it called? Antenna is in Villa Cuna, so he doesn't have to be beholden to the American government.
Yes.
At least for a while.
And so he's pretty much allowed to, like we said earlier, the Federal Radio Commission like set the cap at 50,000 watts. And he's put these illegal antennas and stuff on the Mexican side of the border, and he's blasting like 1 million watts.
Calls it his border blaster.
Border blaster, where he could have an AM radio station that was heard all through the U.S., Canada, and the Caribbean.
Yeah, his radio station is crazy as hell.
Yes.
It was like, okay, so normally it would reach all the way as far north as Kansas and cover the entire southeast United States. But it said on a clear night you could hear it in Canada.
Yeah.
They said it was so powerful that when it switched on, what was it, like car headlights would turn on?
Yeah, I wrote a bunch of things down.
Ranchers claimed they could get the station in their metal teeth.
Yeah,
in their
it
fillings,
said,
I think.
The signal was so powerful it leaked into physical objects. Farmers reported hearing Brinkley's voice through barbed wire fences, mattress springs, and toasters. One man claimed his dental fillings picked up the broadcasts. A common quote from the time, "You could hear Brinkley on your sink." And you're like, hell yeah. It's just a wild amount. Like, it literally made mattresses nearby vibrate with how powerful the signal was.
Yeah.
But and the entire time he's blasting his own infomercials. He's still doing goat gland surgeries. He just has to do them international now.
Yeah, he's kind of stepped it down. When they go to Del Rio, he'll sew up the occasional goat testy in you, but his thing, he's kind of pivoted to prostate rejuvenation. He's a big guy. He's like, "Men, your prostate's definitely fucked up. You got to get down here. Let me tinker with your prostate.
Let me tinker with that butthole.
Let me tinker with that butthole of yours." And that's what he's saying over the airways, dozens of times a day. He's saying, "Let me tinker, let me tinker, let me tinker."
His little song
With
keeps
your old
going.
cornhole.
But they eventually even shut down XER, which was the station that Willie Nelson remembered listening to.
Yeah, that Fishbein is pressuring the State Department to pressure the Mexican government, so they get in concert and they shut it down.
And they do, and he immediately opens XERA.
XERA before the end of the next year, he's back on the air. XERA,
He's playing whack-a-mole. I appreciate the hell out of him for his tenacity.
Very similar. Yeah, me too. I love in Del Rio, it's the same as Milford. Look, for all the terrible shit of Brinkley, he really does, like, these towns that he moves to. Like, Milford got a new sewage system.
Yeah.
Like, they got all these new amenities in their town, like a new railroad station and shit.
Yeah.
And they kind of do the same thing in Del Rio. They try to call it the Queen City of the Rio Grande, which I like that. I don't think it's stuck.
I don't think so.
I don't think many people call Del Rio the Queen City of the Rio Grande. But it's a big swing, and I appreciate that. But in Del Rio, he's doing his. They once again they take over. This time, their clinic is the top 3 floors of this hotel. In Del Rio, and then they get
I love
to
the
work.
things that would trigger red flags now that just weren't around then. You're getting a medical procedure and you show up at a hotel. And you're like, oh, what?
They're like, oh, this is normal. I mean, these people, they're like, don't barbers do surgery?
Yeah.
Isn't this barber's domain?
It's like, well, the first 2, if you get the surgery, you get a discount at the Hilton Garden Inn.
That's pretty nice.
So,
you get a free
it's a good
continental
deal.
breakfast.
Yeah. It's nice.
If you get a loose goat testicle sewed into your abdomen.
Worth it.
Which is totally worth it.
Think about your wiener
It's totally
working.
worth it. When they're in Del Rio now, I loved this part of the story. An undercutter shows up. Do you remember the Tom Green sketch, Undercutter's Pizza, where the guy almost attacked him with a hammer? His whole bit was that he would like dress up like a pizza guy, Undercutter's Pizza.
Yeah.
And then when a regular pizza guy showed up to a house, he would run in front of him and be like, I'll give you this pizza for less. And he had a tackle box full of toppings. And the guy whose house it was chased it with a hammer. He wanted to kill Tom Green. And I thought of this at this point because that's exactly what this guy is doing.
Yes.
He's showing up. He's like intercepting patients on the train.
Yeah.
He's and being like, hey, you know that deal, prostate rejuvenation, I could do that
Half the cost.
Half the cost. What do you say to that? And people are like, yeah, hell,
All right.
The kind of people who are going to Dr. Brinkley are not opposed
to half off prostate procedures.
to a drastically discounted surgery done by a man you met on the train. They're cool with that. And so actually there's one main undercutter, and he eventually is so bad that he chases the Brinkleys from Del Rio, but there apparently was more than one. His son said that people that were coming to the clinic would get what's it called? Stopped by like three or 4 people sometimes. It got to the point at one point that Brinkley was sending Pinkerton agents who come into play every episode.
Every episode.
He sends Pinkerton agents to make sure that the people get
Pinkertons
to
don't
his
naturally
clinic.
come up in an episode, we will lie and put them in.
That's right.
So that's the oddball promise.
But so they eventually, they're furious at this undercutter. He's stealing enough of their business that they're like...
They're feeling it.
They're mad at the undercutter, and they're mad at the town of Del Rio for not
Having their back.
for not being as mad as they were at the undercutter. So they leave. They go to Little Rock, Arkansas. They build a new hospital and a country club out of town where his patients would be sent to recuperate.
Yeah.
And then the undercutter follows them and opens a clinic in Eureka Springs, 150 miles away, which is, I mean, that's like one of my favorite parts of this story. This guy is a real...
He's
son
committed.
of a bitch. Most people who hate Brinkley are like, you're a terrible person. This guy's like, I'm gonna
haunt you.
I'm gonna haunt you. I'm gonna steal all your fucking business.
Yeah.
He's undercutting him across the country. But anyway, 1938, Brinkley's nemesis Morris Fishbein publishes a huge 2-part article in the medical journal Hygeia, Modern Medical Charlatans, where he just completely ethers Brinkley in a 2-parter, calls him a quack. Brinkley sues him for calling him a quack, so they go to trial, and this is his big undoing.
And like why people don't like going to trial now.
Yep.
Is once you turn everything over to evidence, it becomes publicly available.
That's right.
And so him suing Fishbein for libel meant he essentially, in the court of law, they came out and were like, oh, all your shit's made up.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
man, you do not want these eyes on your operation.
Yeah, you should have paid the guy.
So Fishbein, apparently his approach was like to tie him up in a bunch of lawsuits. The AMA, his son said this, that he was trying to but they just combined them all into one at one point and had that trial in Del Rio. It only took a few days, and it was in the court of Judge R.J. McMillan. Good turn of the century judge name. R.J. McMillan.
Especially in Mexico.
It's in Del Rio. It's on our side.
Okay.
It's on the Texas side. But a few days later, the jury fines for Fishbein, that's real quick.
Fines for Fishbein.
They say Brinkley should be considered a charlatan and a quack in the ordinary, well understood meaning of those words. And this ruling opens him up to a barrage of lawsuits. It really is kind of finally the beginning of the end.
And so he, after all, he opened the floodgates for all these malpractice lawsuits, and then he declared bankruptcy in 1941 due to legal fees and settlements, and died penniless in 1942 from a heart attack.
That's right. 41, they shut down XERA the same year he declared bankruptcy. He got on the air before he lost his radio station and blamed communists for all his problems. He's dies in San Antonio. I heard his son was saying that when he was bedridden toward the very end of his life, he was reading like catalogs on, he wanted to make a pivot to be a minister. He wanted to do a mail order, what's it called?
That's why so much of the mega church thing creeps me out, is it's just so ripe for con men.
Yeah.
Just be like, we're making some money around here, aren't we?
So he was planning his comeback. He had lost a leg by this point and had 3 heart attacks, but he was in bed planning up his next hustle, which was to be a man of God. But instead, God, in his best Al Borland voice, he said, I don't think so, John. And he died. There were good parts of his life.
I think
specifically one.
Yeah, just one.
There was he in 1918 when he first opened the new big clinic in Milford. That was the year of the Spanish flu epidemic, and he apparently acted pretty heroically during the Spanish flu epidemic. He would there was an outbreak in nearby Greenville, I think it was. don't quote me on that. But he drove out there and was there treating people. He had a driver that said that in all the times that he was driving him during that point, like he thought by his count, he only lost one person to the flu. He was apparently really good, really legit in this one time in 1918. Other than that, he paid good wages. He did good for the local economy. But man, he was just fucking maiming people
Yes.
all along.
But I think if you want to look at the positives of John R. Brinkley's story, it really boils down to it's about the friends you make along the way.
It is about the friends you make along the way. Here's a detail I loved in his story, all right? Very late 19th, early 20th century. He got married to Minnie after 4 days, and the witnesses at his wedding were Mr. and Mrs. Tiberius Gracchus Jones and Minnie's...
Tiberius Gracchus Jones. I love that because the R is Romulus in John R. Brinkley's name. So there's a Roman thing going on here.
So get this.
In fucking Kansas in 1910?
Yes. They have great names. They all have great names. So, So Mr. and Mrs. Tiberius Gracchus Jones and Minnie's brother, also named Tiberius. How amazing is that shit?
That rules.
That's it's so funny.
Just a bunch of farmers in Kansas
named
Tiberius and Maximus.
Another part of his story that's funny is he apparently would get drunk, and sometimes this was a big part of like his fraud trials.
Yeah.
They claimed that he would, behind closed doors, like laugh at people who were getting goat ball surgery, and that he would get drunk and call them old fools. So it's like that's kind of our window into like he didn't really believe in this shit. But it's not like no one else was doing it too. It was an age of sewing balls. I mean, it was an age that they were like, balls are important, but we don't know quite how.
Quite why.
So we're just going to start lopping them off and just stuffing them in us. Willy-nilly. 1889, Charles Edward Brown Sequard, a highly respected physiologist and former Harvard professor. He shows up at the age of 72 and gives a talk at the Société de Biologie, and he explains he's been injecting himself with an emulsion of guinea pig and dog testicles. He's like, in case you guys were wondering why I'm looking so buff,
fucking rule
at
right
the
now.
Advanced age of 72, and he's laughed out of the room. People are like, that's insane. But thousands of people eventually get the surgery. Chicago urologist G. Frank Lydston is another true believer. He's the one, he got testicles, sewed them in himself. He did his own surgery because he didn't want, if it worked and it was like groundbreaking, he
wanted the credit.
He didn't want anyone else to get the credit.
You gotta love a narcissist with a heart of gold.
So he's the one that if you read the book Charlatan by Pope Brock, which is a fantastic book, he's the one that shows up and he has 6 testicles in his ribs and makes Morris Fishbein feel his new testicles, and then later shows up and he has more testicles. He's like always showing up with more testicles sewn in him. But he gets his testicles, he uses human testicles, and he gets his testicles from Leo Stanley, the chief surgeon at San Quentin State Prison, a real monster of history.
Questionable.
He did a lot of sterilization, but he was also way into. He did tens of thousands of testicular implants on different prisoners at San Quentin. He's a big believer in eugenics, of course. But the testicle thing, he was really into at this point. He's sewing. The main thing was he's taking testicles from executed young prisoners and putting them in old prisoners and seeing if the old prisoners
get younger,
pep up like a soda commercial. They get younger all of a sudden, and he claims it works across the board. You know, his notes are like another resounding
A+, 10 out of 10. We're doing it again on Tuesday.
Yep, and he believed it was a cure from everything from acne to pedophilia to depression. He thought balls could do anything.
You
This
just did
character.
different. Your balls are all wonky, my guy.
Your balls are wrong. And then if they had a slowdown in executions, he would use ram, deer, or boar testicles. He also has his own unrelated theory. This is my favorite part of Leo Stanley, that criminals were criminals because they're ugly. He thought that they did crime to get back at the world for making them so ugly. And so his solution to this is he does a program where he gives prisoners free nose jobs. 1920s nose jobs, I might add.
1920s nose jobs. I think
I don't know, man.
Leo Stanley and Wienermobile would have some ideas in common.
They might. They might have some stuff to talk about.
Touch grass and get some pussy.
They might have some
wild. It'll cure your fascism. It'll get a little more pep in your step.
Oh, Leo Stanley.
But that concludes our xenotransplantation and John Romulus Brinkley.
John Romulus Brinkley, we hardly knew ye.
I know we're doing some shows together this weekend.
We are.
Tonight, but the show will come out Monday.
That's
so
right.
on July 19th, I'll be headlining in Alexandria, Louisiana. August 3rd, Harvest Hall and Grapevine with Scott.
That's right. Featuring on that show.
And then August 9th, I'll be doing Next Stop Comedy at the Petacolis Brewing.
Hell yeah.
And so those are just fun shows. So
yeah, that Petacolis show is super fun.
Yeah.
I did that one a couple weeks ago. I got, aside from the August 3rd Harvest Hall show, I'm doing a guesty Friday, July 18th at the Herman Marshall Tasting Room in Wiley. And on Saturday, July 19th, I think it's a 10 o'clock show at DCC. I'm on Dark Nights with the old friend of the show, Pete Young. That's right. Gonna be a good time.
Hell yeah. I had my first bad dad moment.
Yeah.
So as they start standing, they have their crib and you can lower the mattress.
Yeah.
So he can't, because if it's when they're real little and they can't move much, you have it high as shit, so you're not having to bend over a lot.
Yeah.
And so now it's way down at the bottom because you can stand. You don't want them hopping over. And so I didn't get the memo when it got lowered the last bit.
Yeah.
And so I was being a good dad. I put him to bed that night, the fateful night. And I lean over and I get where he would normally gently make contact. My arms were at an angle as such that he rolled off and fell 4 inches to the fucking mattress. He immediately goes off. The thing that pissed me off though is now everything has nanny cameras and we even nan it, and so it's I feel like my dad used to be able to fuck up and dust the kid off. And be all right, we're good.
Yeah, our dad's got mulligans.
Yes.
Nobody was
We
watching.
don't get mulligans. Now we're fucking cops with body cams all the time. It's just me trying to unplug the nan-it before I do something just fucking stupid. A corrupt dad.
That's right. You gotta start wearing disguises. Disguise for yourself and a disguise for your son.
Man, the Hamburglar really did a good job laying the baby down the other night.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I think it will be fun. You know?
Yeah.
I think it would be fun for everybody. President Jimmy Carter is a real soft touch. Look at him go. Look at him go. Caring.
President Jimmy Carter.
I watched Point Break recently.
I was about to bring up Point Break. Yeah.
I had the president masks in my head. What a movie.
What a movie.
Any movie where someone picks up a pit bull and throws them at someone as a fighting maneuver. Yes. That's a great. That's funny.
We're playing 6 Degrees, but this is did I tell you I went to that Cosm place?
No, how was it?
It was fucking awesome. Watched The Matrix, the first one.
Damn, that sounds cool.
On it's like an IMAX. Oh.
One moment, please.
And
Impressive.
the dog sparked. Where was I? The Matrix is good.
Yeah, The Matrix is cool. If you haven't seen the Cosm place, you should look. I think they're starting to open them around the country.
They have obviously the reel they play before the movie starts was live sports moments. And it looks like it fucking rules.
Yeah, it looks so cool.
I think
UFC fights look awesome.
Yeah.
It looks like you're in the cage.
Yes.
Yeah, it's wild.
It looks like editing helped a lot of live in the moment where the camera is important.
Yeah.
So it's in the after edit, it's perfectly where you want the camera to be. And you wonder how lucky they get.
Yeah.
So I want to see. I'll definitely. It's expensive. It's like $50 a ticket, but
Yeah, it seems so cool.
I'll definitely be watching some sporting event there.
I remember a football game. It looked like you were standing in the end zone.
Yeah.
Like the drive was like right at the end zone.
Yeah.
And it looked like you were standing there like by the goalpost. It was
Pretty cool.
crazy. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Very cool. Hey, we had some history made here in North Texas
baby.
last week. July 4th holiday passed last Thursday in Irving. The largest aerial image of a cowboy hat formed by drones ever.
Big day.
That's right. Eat shit. Other places with cowboy hats in the sky with drones.
Yeah.
We got the biggest cowboy hat with drones.
There we go. And that's the only positive news from Texas this week.
That's right. It was a rough one. Jesus Christ.
That was
Sad,
terrible.
man.
Yeah. Are we gonna?
Sorry. Hey, let's talk about Love Island. Hey.
Like,
Not really the tone of the pod. What happened?
Let's do a
Texas
quiet
week
moment
to discuss
for all the
it.
for all the victims of the flood for a moment. And
The girl from Love Island was dumped for racism.
oh my god,
They
What
really
did she do?
shied away from it. She used the CH slur towards our Asian brothers and sisters with when she was talking about getting plastic surgery. She was like, so I don't have eyes anymore. And then she was like,
Was it
someone
Hutta?
wrote in. No, it was
Yulissa?
Sierra.
Oh.
Sierra, I think. The
Okay.
one that was with Nick. And
Yeah.
so they really like kind of skated by it, you know? They go,
Like, whoa.
Sierra has gone home due to a personal matter. That's all the narrator said, you know? And then the guy's like, oh man, it's weird not having my connection here. And they just shied away. I thought it would have been much funnier if they leaned into it. Because you know how
Yes.
they always have those stilted conversations where a guy's like, hey, so like, how are you and Tiffany doing? Like I would like, if he was like, hey, so
hello.
like, so like your best connection's a racist monster. How are you feeling about that? What's
I wish
the
I would have
deal with
listened to
that?
your line before I did the oh hero.
Oh,
just to know our stance on it. you
I
know?
don't think you're going to be on Love Island anytime soon, but if
Yeah.
you are, I have some.
Did you see the what's the
I also thought it'd be funny if they
the
had
Caleb Presley?
Wait, who's Caleb Presley?
The Barstool guy. He does it's the podcast where he interviews people. It's very funny with Glennie Balls. I forget.
Oh yeah, no, I know
What's
who
it
that is.
called?
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
Sunday Scaries.
I don't remember,
But he did the one with
I know
Shane
who that
Gillis, and he was asked about SNL,
yeah.
and he was like, "As far as your time at SNL, what would you say the chink in your armor was?" But he kept doing. He did that like 3 times. And Shane Gillis is just like, I don't think any of that stuff's funny anymore, and neither does Tide, our sponsor for the day.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I'm in fucking Bud Light commercials right now. Can you fucking
Please don't
cool
fuck
it?
that up. Me and Post Malone got things to sell. All right?
Dude, yeah.
But
Man, I want to do a Bud Light commercial. I don't even drink anymore. I would shill that shit.
yeah, I'm doing Dry July.
Nice.
Feel good.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's fun. It would have been funny
fun.
also if they were like, they said Sierra had been dumped due to racism.
Due to
Like
racism.
a voice said that and a big graphic came on.
Yeah.
I thought that would be.
Due to racism.
My point is they could have just leaned into it.
They could have.
know?
Yeah, they
And
could have done something
It's
with
funny, like, there are like politicians that get away with wild racism on Twitter every day.
Yeah.
And a Love Island contestant said a slur like 6 years ago. They're like,
also the,
honestly, the game at Love Island has a little thing called integrity. All right.
yeah, I'm not. I know it's bad, but the show about hot idiots rubbing their genitals on each other.
Yeah.
They're gonna say something stupid every now and then.
Yeah.
I'm not blown
Yeah.
away by this,
Yeah.
but hey, we live and we learn.
Not the most shocking thing.
Yeah, I just hope
ever.
Sierra learns the error of her ways and finds better
She'll be able to
descriptions.
bounce back.
She'll bounce back.
The thing that made it, I think maybe she might have been able to keep going, but she had done it multiple times in posts, and multiple times people were like, that word is really not okay. And she was like, oh, I didn't know that. Sorry.
Every time there's like the blooper reel of her saying slurs.
Yeah.
It's just Wait, that one's
So
bad
Nick,
now?
so what's it like now that your best connection has been housed for being a racist monster, an anti-Asian hate monger? That would be me on.
it's like-
that would be me on Love Island.
Man, it doesn't slap.
He's like, dude, it's like in many ways, it's like not chill.
In many ways, it's not chill. Have you met? I did a show with George Brown the other day.
I have
Last
not
week.
met him yet. I've heard.
He's very funny. He's been doing it like a year or two. He's very new.
Yeah.
But he's funny. And he's like 18. So he's been doing it since he was in high school. And it was very
Hell yeah.
funny hearing him like tell football jokes.
Yeah.
Being still in it. Of like we all played sports, or most of us played sports. None of us were very good at anything, but like you played it and it was fun.
Yeah.
And it's great hearing that perspective of he's still in it.
Yeah. It's wild.
But we did his like going away show because he's going to college.
Nice.
And but he like had me. He asked me to come headline it, and so I was gonna do 30 minutes at the end. Not a real headline, just do 30 minutes at the end. And
Did you feel like the Godfather?
yeah, but he sold like 120 tickets. God damn it, that's a car. He sold like 120 tickets.
Damn, nice.
And it was all his friends and family wanting to see him before his last show. And me and Chris Gardner were just like, hey, you're headlining.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he has 30 minutes, but it was just like, no, you're doing 20 at the end. You can do it however long you want.
Yeah.
15 to 20, get off when it stops going great.
Yeah.
And get your standing ovation from people that love you. So
Hell
it was
yeah.
cool. He was nervous as shit because Chris fucking murdered, and I had a good set, and then he went on afterward and did good. He did
Nice.
good. I was
Hell
like, they're
yeah.
here for you. They're gonna enjoy you.
Hell yeah, brother.
But-
Yeah, I've heard good things. I've heard good things about
Yeah.
George.
He's a good kid.
I have not met him yet, but yeah.
You got anything? Any closing thoughts? Any last words?
Hey, do you think a good show would be, how they're like rethinking a lot of old intellectual property now? I was
Yeah.
thinking a fun thing, a new look.
Song of the South.
What if, exactly, Song of the South, no. What if you did a show about the coroner from the town Mortal Kombat takes place in? Because he's just really stressed all the time. He's like, what even is this? Every time he never has enough room to write the causes of death
He's
on
a
the little
cartoonishly
forms.
Italian man for some reason.
He's like,
Forget about it. Oh, give me a pile of spaghetti.
a pile of spaghetti. That is what he would say.
That's what he'd
and
say.
that is what he would say.
Yeah.
He would wear.
I like the corner from Mortal Kombat.
He's like,
know what we
he's
want?
trying to cram all the. He's like, cause of death, like head kicked off and then speared and then kicked again, and then
Yeah.
the second time it was kicked, it exploded into pieces.
Yeah.
Stuff like
That's
that.
what I
He's
think.
all writing in the margin and shit. He's like, I keep telling these guys I need more margin space
Yeah.
on these forms.
They won't give it to me. But we watched at the fire station. We watched the movie The Breaks. You ever
The
seen
Breaks?
That? The Breaks.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Okay, I'll add a little clip from the trailer in
The
here.
breaks. The breaks.
How dare y'all have the Kill Whitey meeting and not invite me, y'all? Huh? How y'all think that makes me feel as a person? Yeah, look away, Jesse. Look your ass away. Look away. Who is the only one that supported your ass when you wanted to open that paint your own pottery business?
You did.
What?
You did.
You did.
You did.
I did.
Paint your own pottery business is really funny.
We'll have a little clip
What'd you-
edited to make that seamless.
Look, I like it.
What
What an
gem.
insane movie.
1999. It's just racism. We were talking about the slurs. There was a bunch of slur moments in it where they have an Asian.
Oh, does he say it?
He does. He does not say it. No,
Okay,
that's because
good.
he's a white guy growing up in
yeah.
a black and
Okay.
South Central,
Okay.
and so he doesn't
All right.
say it.
Respect.
But yeah, respect. But they do. They are very critical of Asian people throughout the movie,
Okay.
and of they
no.
do. There's some homophobic rhetoric, which my my favorite was they show him. He was originally born in Ireland, and so he shows up to school in Compton in like a kilt the first day as a little boy, but he gets into a dance battle and river dances and befriends all the black kids through that way.
Oh no.
That's the type of movie we're dealing with.
Yeah.
But then there's a little girl that's played by a little girl actress who calls him the F word like 4 times. Oh my God. I was like, normally when you have kid actors.
La 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 la. Hello, my name is Derek. I'm in 1st grade today. What is your name? My name is... Why are you wearing a dress? You little It's a cute. Looks like a dress to me.
Yeah, this was 99.
Yeah.
You know, rules were different, but
Yeah, Bad News Bears, those kids are saying all kinds of wild shit.
yeah, that's true. I didn't think about Bad News Bears, but
It's a gem of a film.
It caught
It's
me
the
off
best. It's one of the best movies of all time. Walter Matthau, just an American
Yeah.
treasure. The best, you know.
and hey, with that,
With that,
we bid you adieu.
we bid you adieu. Until next time, we love you all.
Yeah.
Keep that. Keep.
I'm gonna let you keep vamping here.
Cool, I guess.
Keep it
Keep
cool.
it cool.
Yeah.
Keep cool.
Keep cool.
Keep cool.
Hail Satan.
Because it's summertime.
Jimmy and Scott digging through the past. Crazy tales they uncover fast. History stranger than you think. They'll also talk about wieners in a blink. They'll talk about wieners in a blink. Oddball history.